Men and women over 60. These morning habits quietly transformed my health and mood. Every morning, I used to wake up feeling heavy, not just in my body, but in my mind. At 63, I thought this was just aging. But one quiet morning, something changed. It wasn't a magic pill or a doctor's visit. It was 3 small habits. And slowly, I started feeling alive again. I never thought I'd say this, but for a while, I stopped recognizing the person I was in the mornings. Not physically well, maybe a little, but emotionally, spiritually, energetically. I am 63 now, and a few months ago, my mornings started to feel heavier. I'd wake up not feeling rested, not excited, not even interested, just awake. I'd sit on the edge of my bed, looking at the same dresser I've had for 25 years, and wonder, is this it? Is this what life after retirement feels like? I wasn't in pain. I wasn't sick, but I was drifting. 1. The quiet shift that no one talks about. When I retired, I thought I'd be filled with joy. No alarms, no deadlines, no expectations. But after the first few months of freedom, something odd began to creep in, an emotional flatline. There were no extreme highs, no crushing lows, just a constant in-between. And mornings, they became the hardest part. I missed feeling engaged, clear-headed, light on my feet. I missed waking up with purpose. And the scary part? I thought I'd lost that forever. 2. The unexpected turning point. Then, one Sunday morning, something shifted. It wasn't some big event, no sudden miracle. It was just one small moment. I was having tea with my neighbor Claire. She's 68, a retired school teacher, and walks her dog at 6 a.m. every single day. That morning, she said something that stuck with me. Mornings don't change you, but what you do with them does. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The first habit, a warm glass of lemon water. The next day, I made a small change. Before coffee, before checking my phone, I drank a glass of warm water with lemon and honey. It sounds so simple, almost silly, but in that quiet moment, standing by the window, holding that warm cup, I felt present. Not just hydrated. I felt like I had done something gentle for myself, and that one kind act carried into the rest of the morning. A week later, my digestion improved. My energy was smoother. No spikes, no crashes, just steady clarity. 3. I reclaimed my mornings, 1 minute at a time. After 1 week, I added a second habit. I took 5 minutes to breathe. No fancy meditation, no apps. Just me, my breath, and the sound of birds outside. I closed my eyes, inhaled deeply, and exhaled slowly 10 times. It felt strange at first, uncomfortable even. But after a few days, I noticed something strange. My mind was quieter, less racing thoughts, more room for gratitude. I stopped scrolling news first thing in the morning, stopped checking messages before breakfast. That 5 minutes became my emotional shield. The third habit, the 10-minute walk that changed everything. 2 weeks in, I added the third habit, a 10-minute walk around my block before breakfast. No goal, no tracking steps, just movement, fresh air, and noticing life. At first, I had to push myself. It was easier to sit, turn on the TV, sip coffee. But then something strange happened. On the 5th day, a neighbor waved at me. On the 6th day, I noticed the early morning dew on the grass. On the 7th, a squirrel followed me for a block and made me laugh. My feet were lighter, my mind more open, my heart calmer. 4. The ripple effect was bigger than I expected. The changes weren't dramatic. They were gentle, almost unnoticeable at first. But they stacked. I started waking up earlier naturally. I started choosing lighter foods for breakfast. My digestion got better. My mood lifted. Even my adult daughter said, "Mom, you sound more like yourself again." That hit me, because I hadn't even realized how far I drifted from who I used to be. The science behind these small changes. Later on, I found out there's actual science behind this. According to Harvard Health, starting your day with gentle hydration and movement wakes up your digestive system and improves circulation. A study from the National Institute on Aging found that even 10 minutes of morning walking can reduce cortisol stress hormone and improve cognitive clarity. And deep breathing. It's proven to reduce anxiety and inflammation, especially in older adults. These weren't hacks. They were human rhythms we've simply forgotten. 5. I didn't need a doctor. I needed myself. Looking back, I realize I didn't need a prescription. I didn't need another test or diagnosis. What I needed was to reconnect with my mornings, to claim the first hour of the day as mine. No one tells us that after 60, the smallest habits become the biggest gifts, because they remind us that we're still in charge of how we feel. Even if we can't control everything, aging, joints, memory, we can choose how we greet the day. Lesson. If I've learned anything from these past few months, it's this. Aging doesn't mean letting go of control. It means finding a new rhythm. And that rhythm often begins in the quietest hour when the sun hasn't fully risen, when the world is still soft, when you get to decide how your day begins. I used to think health was about big changes, new diets, gym memberships, expensive supplements. But after 60, I've learned it's not about doing more. It's about doing less, but doing it with intention. 3 small habits: lemon water, breathing, walking helped me feel like myself again, not just in my body, but in my mind. They gave me back something I didn't even know I had lost ownership of my morning. And when you own your morning, you begin to reclaim your life one gentle step at a time. If this story felt familiar, if you've had mornings where you felt a little lost, a little tired, a little unlike yourself, I want you to know you're not alone. Many of us, after 60, quietly carry that weight. But the good news is we don't need to carry it alone, and we don't need a dramatic overhaul to feel better. Just one small change. Maybe tomorrow morning, you'll try lemon water or take 5 deep breaths, or step outside for 10 minutes just to see what the world feels like. And if any of those things make you feel just 1% better, then this video has already done its job. If this story resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe. We share more quiet truths, simple routines, and heartfelt lessons every week because this stage of life deserves more than silence. Share your own morning habit in the comments. Your routine might inspire someone else. And when you're ready, watch the next story, 5 daily habits that rebuilt my purpose after 60. It's right here waiting for you. Because you're not finished, you're just beginning again.